Hi friends, welcome to House of Azadi. I just wanted to give you a little recap on why I actually started my eBay store, so stay tuned. Okay, so about the end of last summer, I have a regular cleaning customer who cleaned out his closet, and he had a lot of clothes, like 16 trash bags full of clothes that were just, well, they weren't even in bags yet. They were just piled up on this bed, and he asked me to bag them up, and he was just going to get rid of them. And I said, well, I'll take them for you. And I told him about a person that I know, because this is true, I'm not lying to him about it, but I knew of somebody, or I know somebody who does a lot of things to help people in need, particularly veterans and women who are in need, in crisis. So I told him I would take the clothes and give them to her. And then as we were talking, he's like, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there I never even wore. It has tags on it. And he was telling me about some of the items that were his favorite and, you know, those kind of things. So I thought, well, excuse me, sorry. Would you mind if I sold some of them? Because it was kind of a slow period for me in my cleaning business. He's like, yeah, do whatever you want, you know. So I said, okay, fine. So I came home and I went through the clothes, and I pulled out some of the things that I thought I could sell, and I pulled out some of the other things. They were still good clothes, but I had no experience, first of all. I had no experience. I don't know anything about men's clothes, or I knew nothing then. I've learned a little bit since then. But you know, I pulled out some things that I thought I could manage, and that was about half of what he gave me. And the other half I gave to the lady and her husband that I was telling you about that help people. And so they were so grateful for that, you know, because there was a bunch of veterans that got some suits, you know, they were kind of bulky, so I didn't keep those, and some of those were brand new. And then some like collared t-shirt, like shirts, you know, like golf shirts and things like that, that I didn't think, I just didn't know anything about it, you know. So anyway, I watched some YouTube videos and figured out how I was going to package everything, and didn't even realize that I could pay for shipping through eBay, which is a savings. You know, I went to the post office and paid the shipping, and I was like, that costs more than what they charge the customer, you know. But you know, the thing that got me was like, I'd be going through my day, and all of a sudden I'd hear ka-ching on my phone. I'm like, something happened, you know, what is that? And so that's the thing that got me addicted, right? Ka-ching, I'm like the Pavlovian dog and start drooling on my phone. But anyway, yeah, that's what got me going. So I did that, and I had another lady this time who hired me for some organizational things, and same thing, she had stuff that she was going to get rid of, and I told her, you know, the same spiel, that maybe I'll sell some of it and some of it will get donated to you know, people who need. And she said fine, you know, then they didn't have to worry about hauling it to the donation center or wherever they were going to take it. And they were, most of the time, you know, what they're giving me is pretty decent stuff. I mean, there was some things that were damaged or stained, you know, torn, and those things you can't, you know, you really can't give those kind of things away, and I can't sell them unless I can repair them, you know, which it's not really worth it unless it's like a vintage item, and none of this was. So you know, those things I just disposed of, and started selling. Honestly, at least at the time, I felt like I did better with men's clothing, which I thought was ironic because I really don't know that much about it, and I'm still learning. But the women's clothing was harder for me. But anyway, then, you know, so September, October, November, I'm getting these little ka-chings, and I'm like, Christmas is coming. So I started sourcing. I started going to thrift stores, and I knew about Brooks Brothers. Brooks Brothers was like my school bus. Brooks Brothers is my my like bread and butter item, I guess. And there's a thrift store like just a block or so that way from my house that I go to, and I can get Brooks Brothers there every single time I go. So I went up and I got a couple Brooks Brothers men's shirts from there, and there's a Salvation Army near me. I went in there just to kind of look and see what they had, because I typically think their prices were high, but right around Christmas time they had a lot of ties, and some of them were Christmassy for a good price. So I bought some ties, and I listed a little bit more right before Christmas. It was a great time to sell, you know, some of your things, and I did really good. So that was it. And then there was January, February, which is kind of a slow time for me. Again, another little slow period right after the holidays, and I had car trouble. So the same person who takes the donations has been helping me with transportation, so I don't end up homeless, because I gotta work, right? Anyway, I had to get some money to buy a car. So on top of my cleaning business, I decided that now I am going to go, not full-time, but put some serious interest into keeping my eBay store up and making it a little bit more profitable. So eBay right now, they have what they call a starter membership. You don't really get a lot of benefits from it other than you get a certain amount of free listings per month, and it's the least expensive subscription, store subscription. So I started that, and I was doing that for maybe a couple months, and I'm like, you know, you're paying the subscription and you haven't really capped down on it. You really need to either stop the subscription or get your act together and be serious about it. So that's where I'm at today. I've decided to be serious, and my goal for this last week was 100 listings, which I've done, and now I'm below 100 listings again because I've sold some things. So you know, I got that circle going now where I gotta keep relisting to keep it above 100, because my next goal will be 150, you know. But yeah, so I've made my first goal. And the thing that happens, here's another little thing that gets you into that addiction, is like, so when you start with eBay, they'll maybe only let you list like, I don't know, 10 or 20. I can't remember what the original limits was, but they would only let you do like so many. And then as you sell and you get good ratings and people start giving you positive feedback, they give you more. They start giving you more, and they start giving you more. And they do the same thing even though I have the starter store. I just recently, because I made a decision to be serious, right? They just upped my limits on that. So yeah, my next goal is 150, and then after that, I think probably when I get my goal up to 200, I'm probably going to go up to the next level of eBay store. And the benefit for that is the price will go up. My monthly subscription price will go up, but when you go to basic, so from starter to basic, then you get a free allotment of eBay shipping supplies and things like that. I think it's like, I think it's $25 every quarter. I can't remember exactly, but you know what? It's free. So that's where I'm headed from now, because right now I have to buy all my, I don't buy everything. USPS, I learned this from watching YouTube videos. USPS will give you free shipping supplies if you go to USPS.com and look up free postal supplies. You can get envelopes and boxes and things like that for free. Some of the stuff you have to pay for, but there's a lot of things that they'll just ship to you for free. So that's where my addiction started. Thanks for watching. See ya.